Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dr. Sis here. So in today's public health briefing, I would like to talk about these snacks, aka tasty toxins, that I see all the time. Like, I see these all the time. So first, I have a question for you. One, is your child's health important to you? Like, is it the most important thing? Yes. Like, it's very, very important. We do so many things because we care about our child's health, such as brushing their teeth. Like, you'll make them brush your teeth because you believe it is so important for helping them keep a healthy mouth, healthy teeth, right? Now, let me ask you this. Would you agree that processed foods are very bad for us? Or ultra-processed foods are terrible for us. Agreed? Like, no one's going to dispute that, I hope. No one's going to say, nah, I think ultra-processed foods are actually somewhat healthy. No, they're absolutely terrible, right? So, like, eating them, by definition, is unhealthy and a bad thing to do. So, what are these things that I see all the time made out of, okay? So, the first ingredient on either of them is enriched flour. All right, so enriched flour is it's ground up wheat, but there's no vitamins or minerals in it, so they have to enrich it. They have to add synthetic vitamins and minerals just so there's something in there, right? So it's an ultra processed grain, which is terrible, with some synthetic vitamins added in, and then they add in vegetable oil, which is never actually from a vegetable. It's from soybeans or palm or canola on this label with some TBHQ preservative, which is bad news. So here's the thing. Everything about this is terrible. Terrible, all right? So what is wheat? What are these wheat products? What are these ultra-processed carbohydrates? All it is you take a sugar and combine it together. That's a carbohydrate. So as soon as your kid eats this, or you, it's a super quick digestive process where it just turns it into sugar. I mean, that's all carbohydrates are, sugar bound together, right? And it's like, why do you have kids brush teeth? Why don't you eat candy? Why do we know soda's bad for us? Because it rots your teeth. Your enamel is the hardest surface in your body. And consuming that stuff will feed bacteria that literally makes the hardest surface in your body rot away. That, to me, is terribly unhealthy poison. That's what this stuff does too, right? It's very, very bad for you. On top of that, you have phytic acids, which pull calcium and magnesium and phosphorus and things to your body. You have gluten, which causes a lot of digestive issues. One thing that's so common, and we'll go to this one too really quick before I go on. These goldfish, right? What is it made out of? Enriched wheat flour, the same ultra-processed garbage stuff that I never eat, never have in my home. And then you have vegetable oil, canola or sunflower or soybean again, right? Just really quick, just pretzels. What are pretzels? Same flour, similar vegetable oil, sunflower, canola, or corn oil instead. Often it's corn or soybean because, it's dirt cheap. Drive west and it's oceans of corn and soy, Roundup Ready corn and soy. Terribly, terribly unhealthy oils. When you combine refined grains with refined seed oils, like, it is just one of the worst combinations, most bad thing for your body. And here's the other thing too. As your body, you digest it so quickly. It just, boom, instantly turns to sugar in your body. So it doesn't fill you up at all. You can just keep snacking and snacking and snacking. And these food companies, I mean, there are literal food scientists, right? Like a food science lab where their entire purpose is to make things taste really good, really pleasurable, digest it really quick, and make you want more really fast. Why? So you keep buying it, right? Like this stuff, you're literally... it's designed to create junk food addictions, which is everywhere, right? So I could go on more and more about how bad this stuff is. So there are so many better options that are so much easier. They're just as easy, right? So I'll put a link down below instead of talking about where you can see the different snacks that I choose for myself and my kids, because this is something I would never get for them, right? So it's like, does this make them healthier in any way? No, it just does nothing but causes damage. Another thing to consider is when you eat this stuff on a regular basis, there's things in it that damage our insides, that damage our digestive system. And I would argue our gut is damn near a primary brain, but at least it's like a second brain, right? It's so important. And over time, when you consume this, it doesn't seem it's like, it's just a little snack, but it's constant. It's over and over. So you have this, and then you go and have cereal, then you have some bread, then you have some pancakes, and you have some waffles, and you have some muffins. Pretty soon it's like this constantly, and it can cause just like micro damage to the digestive system. It's not that big a deal. It's not that big a deal. And over the years, it compounds. And also, next thing you know, you have leaky gut syndrome, or you have damage to your gut, where you have irritable bowel syndrome. You have Crohn's. You have colitis. You have an autoimmune condition. You have acne. You have eczema. You have skin conditions. It affects your mind, your kids. They don't think clearly. They're depressed. They feel down in the dumps because this affects all of that, right? So for me, when I look at this, I don't see an easy, quick, tasty, convenient snack. I see future pain. Because anything that consumes stuff like this on a regular basis is going to at some point have some serious issues, right? Think about it. Imagine if you bought a puppy, which is just like a child, right? Imagine you bought a puppy and you fed it stuff like this on a regular basis instead of high quality puppy food. You're like, well, duh, I mean, that's not puppy food. This isn't people food either. It's not food. It's just terrible for you. It just truly is. And I really wish, I don't know. I just hopefully I can get you to see like how bad this kind of stuff really is. You know, once in a while on a rare occasion, it's still bad, but it's not, not a huge deal. But if you're having it consistently, which so many people are, all right? So on the flip side, check out the snacks I got below. What's the body made of, right? Basically two things, fats and proteins, some vitamins and minerals. Fats and proteins, right? There are essential fats, which means you have to eat them to survive. There's essential proteins, which means you have to, amino acids, which make proteins, which means you have to eat them to survive. Your body is made from those, right? So I highly, highly recommend, instead of giving kids this, you give them nutrient-dense fats and proteins, right? It fills them up. It gives their body the pieces they need. I put a link down below so you can see where it is. Other thing that's so important that never gets talked about is this kind of stuff is terrible for the immune system. Terrible. I explain it like this to my kids and they get it. Your immune system is like the military, right? Giving your body stuff like this is like taking weapons away from the military and giving it to the bad guy, the germs, the viruses, the bacteria, okay? Eating good quality, high density, high nutrient dense foods is like giving your immune system, giving the military weapons so it fights that off. So when you eat less of this and more of what you have down below, you get sick less often. When you do get sick, it's less severe and it doesn't last as long. Like, I could go on forever. But hopefully you guys understand and see this the way I see it. It's just, even though it's quick and even though it's easy, it's just not worth it because it's just so bad for them.